Hello, my name is Patrick and I'm from Greece, and I'll talk to you about how to perform fundamental editing tasks in my DAW, which happens to be Ableton Live. The first thing we'll look at is how to trim, and here I've got an audio track and an audio clip, and if I have at the beginning of it, I get this bracket symbol and I can move it around and adjust the beginning and end of it. This is trimming. And the cool thing about this is that it is a non-destructive form of editing, in that the file, the actual audio file on my hard drive is not being tampered with, but I can choose what to see or what to hide from, hide in my DAW. The next thing we'll look at is how to separate clips. In this DAW it's called split, and there's a few ways of doing it. One is to go select the point where you want to do it to have the split, go into edit and select split. Another way of doing it is just doing Control E, quicker this way. Now having split few clips, then bringing them together, you want the change from the first one to the second one to be very smooth. So this is when you use crossfades. In order to see the crossfades in live, you go here, then device choose, and you choose fades, and then you zoom in and you can see where the crossfade is, and you can adjust it to something else, to whatever sounds better for you, makes the transition smooth. Next we'll look at merging, or consolidating as it's called in live, and what you want to do is select the clips that you want to consolidate and then hit Control J. Another thing we'll look at is cycling. So let's say there's a little part in here you want to hear over and over again because there might be something like a click in it. So you select the region, the area, and then Control L and play, and that would loop it. You see this is activated. If I want to deactivate that, that changes the looping setting. Next thing is zooming, very important. So up here is my time beat ruler, and when I hover over it I get this magnifying glass. Now if I left click, keep that down, and then with my touchpad go up and down, I can zoom in and out. Next thing is the grid. As you can see, there's a grid here, and I've set it, if you right click on anywhere, you get options for the grid. So you can have 8 bars, 4 bars, or a specific measure of duration. So I've got it on 8 notes. So every bit here is an 8th note, every section here is an 8th note. And I've also done it so that it kind of moves, snaps to every 8th note. And if you want to change that, you can go into snap options and then snap to grid and untick that. And then you'll be able to kind of move in between the notes to other parts. However, I actually like having that. And the last few things we'll look at is naming tracks and clips. So here's my clip, and I can right click and rename, or I can also Control R and name it something. I can do the same for track as well. And if I right click, I can also have a palette here, and I can color something a special way that helps me remember where things are in first glance. This is kind of how I color code in my sessions. Last thing is markers. So if I, let's say, have a guitar solo at some point, let's say at this point, and I want to mark it somehow, I can go here where it says set, and there you have a marker, and I can rename this by Control R. Let's say solo. That's about it. Thank you for taking the time to review this assignment. Please let me know what you think, and best of luck with your